Well, hello everybody. It's time for our weekly draft or semi-weekly draft here for Eldritch Moon, and we won't waste that much time here. This week, I'm hoping to get this posted on another website there called SeemsGoodMagic. So if you guys get that on there, then great. And let's just not waste any time here. Look at the packs. I've already wasted about a whole 40 seconds here. And quickly looking at the pack here, there's a couple cards that pop out right away. The Desperate Sentry. When it dies, you get a token into play. The Splendid Reclamation, putting all cards from your graveyard to battlefield tap, doesn't seem good value for us. Advanced Stitchwing. It seems like a good little card. A flyer that might be difficult for our opponents to deal with. This is also a great card. The Crop Sigil here for Delirium. It's a great little enabler here. Death Touch guy. The Herald's pretty good too. I think I'm going to go with the Stitchwing here. Just I noticed there's a lot of dirtly decks going on in the first couple drafts, and it seems to be hard to deal with some of these flyers. Not a whole lot to stop it here. And speaking of which, got beat by one of my first drafts. One of my first games in this format, I just got pummeled by this card. And now it's just a common, but it scares the bejesus out of me now. Let's look at the uncommons here. The Emerge 7. You can just, naturalize if you get to emerge. 8 for emerge is not that great. It's the 6 emerge. The 6 and the 7 emerge cost is really the ones that you want to be targeting here. The Lightning Maniac is awesome. That's exactly the type of emerge target you want. But no, and the Valley Academy is not that great here. Another Desperate Sentry. Kind of don't want to throw myself into another color there. Till I know for sure. I'm gonna grab this wretched Griff. Run with that for now. See if we can just go all flyers. All flyers seems good, right? So now we got an Enlightened Maniac, which is our perfect emerge target here. Because that when it enters the battlefield, you get a 3/2 horror token. Another wretched Griff. This was kind of probably high for a second pick. It's probably not advisable here. But oftentimes I draft so much that I'll just try certain things, and I know that these guys are part of the recipe. Spontaneous Mutation seems like a good blue removal spell. I played it in my first packs, a couple first drafts. I thought it was like number of creature cards in your graveyard, and I didn't think it was that great. And then when I realized it was cards, this doesn't take long, where one blue mana instant flash actually just like debilitates a creature for the entirety of the rest of the game. But I think I'm going to play it safe here with the Enlightened Maniac. Other colors are flying around here. We got another. It's a 6 mana. You may return our instant or sorcery card from a graveyard to your hand. The ability is kind of minor, but the emerge portion of it isn't. This is like the third one of these guys just floating around, and there's another one here, Faith Unbroken. I think I've done the whole Azorius thing once and got burned. I didn't really do that well with it. But I mean, straight up removal. I think the Sentry is just better here. We already passed 3 sentries here. Hopefully we didn't send too hard of a signal. People down the line. There's the Archive. Geist of the Archive is a great little card here. Foul Emissary is actually pretty decent as well. Foul Emissary is actually quite good. A lot of green cards floating around here. I don't know if I should go in green-blue or what. The creature card among them. I'm casting an Emerge spell. I want to switch here. There's a couple decent cards here. Let's go with the Emissary. I'm going to try that. We'll do a 180 flip here. Because, yeah, there was a lot of green cards flying by, but I passed a couple good Desperate Sentries, and I think the people downwind from me is probably one of them is definitely saying, oh, Desperate Sentry, and they're probably sitting with multiples here. As for the blue here, Ingenious Scob is probably the best blue common here, and we're already in heavy blue, so we're going to grab that thing here. As I suspected, there all the green cards floating back around. Like this here is a very very good card. I mean, it's just a 3/2 vigilance, but like for 3 mana in green, like that can do some serious work. This is also probably the best green common. It's just straight up removal here. Um, Contingency Blend is a good thing. It's not, it's good in certain decks, like if we're going red blue spells matters deck, but we're definitely going to take the removal spell here. Look at that. Now the green and blue cards are just flowing through. So I think we might have found our niche here for the draft. Emrakul's Influence. When you cast an Eldrazi creature. Oh no, that is so many ways of no. That is so bad. I would draft that card if I could actually take it and bring it outside and burn it. And that way I would do everybody else's disservice. But since it's on Magic Online, there's no point doing that, right? There's not a whole lot in here that we want to be taking. Let's take inventory. Why not take inventory? You never know. So now we got our full circle here, and our great rare that we opened is still sitting in the pack. But now this crop sigil here, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may take the top card of your library, put it in your graveyard, and then you can sack it to return one creature card or a land. Like, yeah, this is like the slow Vessel of Nascency. It's like Vessel of Nascency, slow-mo. What it is. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on the Briar. Well, we got one emerge card, and we got another emerge card here, so we might get more in the second pack, but definitely going to grab this. It's a 2/3, right? Yeah, it's a 2/3 for 3. I mean, if you sacrifice one permanent off of the back of that thing, I mean, it's sacrificing a permanent, right? Sacrificing the crop sigil. Yeah, there's a bunch of different cards you can sacrifice here. That's not even... We're going to throw the Desperate Sentry in the sideboard here. Oh, look at that thing. That thing went full circle around. Now, what do we get? Do we get the horde of swarm of its? I'm dyslexic to dyslexia, I guess. It of the horde swarm. 6 and a green. Or do we just get the removal spell? Let's go with the big beater. Go with the big beater for now. Displace. Enter the battlefield abilities. So far, we got 1, 2. Yeah, we got 2. It could fit in our deck, right? Could fit in our deck. Look at this, the Backwoods Survivalist. I seen that card in the last couple of drafts. I really wanted to draft it. I mean, to get a 5/4 trample with Delirium, right? And look at that, turn aside. It's probably going to stay in our sideboard here, but we'll throw that in there for now. We'll leave the turn aside in our main board here. We've got 8 creatures, 5 spells in the first pack. It's decent. We got a good curve here. We need a couple 2s and stuff. And we open up the pack here, and we're stuck with a Collective Effort, which is a great card. Great card with so many options, but I really can't take that, can I? Grizzled Angler. There's a colorless creature card in your graveyard. Well, I got 2 in my deck so far. I think we're on to something here. But we got another Displace what we don't want because we already have one. We got the Hamlet Captain, which are other humans, which technically we got 1 human. That's a zombie. We got 2 humans. 3 humans, but we're going to be sacking that thing. We don't have a whole lot of humans. 2/2 for 2, it does kind of fill the curve. It's an uncommon. It seems kind of underpowered. It seems like this Wolfkin Bond is like the best thing in the pack. Well, no, this is the best thing in the pack, definitely. But Chilling Grass seems good again. I'm gonna grab this Wolfkin Bond. This thing is more powerful than people. This is gonna be the underrated card of the set. Just watch, because anything that just, although I can lose the enchantment, that's fair, but I can actually get value off of it when I play it. So now we got a couple spells here that fit our. Discard 2 cards. Just get another Crop Sigil here. The last one tabled, right? The last one tabled, so this one might table as well. Or we just get another Wretch Griff, which seems odd. No, I think this one there, the 3/4 flyer here. Yeah, I'm trying to get a curve that's pretty greedy here. It's tough. It's tough. There's literally one, two, three, four, five picks here. This is still a 1/1 death touch. That's good for removal early on. Oh my god. I'm going to go with the crop sigil. I think overall having multiples of the crop sigil will be better for our deck than just having multiple advanced stitch wings. And now we don't have a whole lot of green here. We got that Hamlet Captain again, which we do have some humans. Nothing, nothing broken. I'm excited for pack 3 because there's some really disgusting green and blue cards in there that kind of fit this bill here. Delirium costs 2 less. No, it's just really expensive draw cards. There's the 2/1 flyer that can only block creatures with flying. Kind of leaning towards the 2/2 for 2 that can actually block here. I think the best card in the pack probably is the Sanctifier of Souls or the Boon of Emrakul, which is not in our colors right now. Go with the Hamlet Captain there. We're low in 2-drops here. We have nothing in this pile here. And we have another emerge target here. Take inventory or the Tater Tauntlet. Yeah, I think we go with the Enlightened Maniac. I'm hoping to get one more emerge card. Maybe that second pick I should have just grabbed the emerge card and not let it pass. Another Wretch Griff here would be just really, really sweet. Then you can mix with the big green ground beaters, and maybe in the last pack we can get some clues and that kind of stuff. And look at that, we got options here. The Wretch Griff, the Horde Swarm. I think this is actually cheaper to get going, and it has flying. And when you cast it, you draw a card. It's just a really good friggin' card. Backwoods Survivalist. It's okay. It's a 4-drop. It's 4/3 for 4. It's really good, but this thing has flying. Actually, these two cards are really, really close in our build right now. But at the high end, in blue and green, in the next pack, there's not a whole lot available. So we're going to go with the Wretch Griff. Yeah, there's Fortune's Favor. I don't know. It's just kind of a cute card. Maybe it has some sort of weird constructed thing you can do with it, but I'm not relying on that right now. Wow, a Choking Restraints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6th pick Choking Restraints? Wow. Wow. What is that doing there? I guess, I mean, in our C2, we could have totally went green-white, because there was still good white cards floating about here. Flash Reach, 4-drop creature. It's not the best, but it's the best that's here. This turn aside, I'm going to throw it directly in my sideboard for now. Not going to use that for now. Yeah, let's go with the Spinner. Yeah, see what I mean? Like Desperate Sentry. Get the Bloodbriar. When you sack another permanent, put a +1/+1 on counter. So we do have 3 emerge cards. We have another way to sack a permanent, is the thing. We have double crop sigils. So we're sacrificing the crop sigils, and so we have 3, 4, 5 sack outlets here. And then the Foul Emissary. Well, I think the play here is just a Bloodbriar. There's Ingenious Scob, but we don't have that many spells right now. It's going to be more of a creature-based deck here. Go with the Bloodbriar. And what do we... Waxing Moon. Transform up to 1 target werewolf and they gain trample. Kind of funny. We drafted a lot of green cards. We've drafted 0 wolves. Or werewolves, for that matter. That's kind of funny. Wailing Ghoul, Lunar Mantle, Cathars Shield is probably the pick in here, which is kind of funny. I don't think that thing's even worth any money. Let's go with the Cathars Shield. We can actually perhaps use it. Unlikely, but Chilling Grass. Instant. I don't know why you would want to madness that for 4. Tap 2. They don't untap. Yeah, that reminds me of that old card that used to be in the original Miracles deck that Alexander Hayne went the Pro Tour with. What's the name of that card? Can't remember now. Yeah, we'll definitely grab the Chilling Grasp here. No. We can't use. The Displace. Sure. We'll put that in there. We'll throw it immediately in the sideboard because I'm not going to play multiples of those. Convolute. Counter, or do we just get a draw card spell? 6 mana. We got ways to put enchantments in our graveyard, sorceries, creatures. Let's go with the laboratory here. I don't know if we'll be taking that, but I think we need to fill up our 2-drop slot. It's kind of looking scary here, so I'm gonna get the Tattered Hunter here just to get something, right? And I'm gonna drop the Fortune's Favor, and we're just immediately gonna throw that in the sideboard. Stensia Innkeeper is actually quite a decent little card. Not too sure why it's like second last pick. Okay, so we're sitting right now with the 23 cards, which is how many we'd want in our main board here. Now, we got 9 spells. There's a couple cards that I want to get out of here, like probably the Displace and the Take Inventory. We need some 2-drops. We need some creatures here. Scout the Laboratory isn't that great. Well, I mean, it's... Technically, I'll pay 4 mana to draw 3 cards at instant speed. But the whole Delirium thing, we weren't really focused on that at all here. Oh, look what we're splashing today. Githrog the Beatrog. That's the pick, right? There's no... Plus, even if I mill the damn thing, I can pull it out. Now, I just need to find some sort of mana fixing. Yeah. No, I've played with that before, and the card's just a goddamn beating. It's a beating. I'm looking at everything else. What it's in blue and black. Yeah, the Stormrider Spirit, Confront the Unknown. I mean, the Deadweight and the Hero of Falkenrath would be a questionable first pick here if we were in black. But then we've seen the Githrog. We're already in green. Yeah. Now, a key here, we need to find a way to splash this. Not a big fan of just plopping a random swamp in there and hoping to get there. That's not what this... that's not what you do. You need to find cards that help you win games like Dutch Watcher Recruiter does. It just wins every single game. And I wanted 2-drops, and the MTGO gods have answered. Said, here you go. Here's the best 2-drop in green that Shadows of Innistrad has to offer, right? I think so. Definitely the best uncommon. Might be the best 2-drop in green, period, in last couple sets, really. Going with the Recruiter. Plus, it's a human. A little bit of flavor. Now, we need a way to splash our Githrog. Get rid of Take Inventory, because, you know, haven't really have a whole lot there. We're down to 24. We're going to cut this shield. We can get a better grip on what we got going on here. Bit of the Horde Swarm. Yeah, I like this so far. Curve's kind of wonky here, right? Like here, we need to fix this here. I don't want to have like 3 1-drops and 3 2-drops and go way up to like 6, 7 3-drops here. That's not cool. Well, we need a fork in the road, right? Fork in the road. Or the best way to fetch for a land. Look at that. There's like a green card and a blue card. Neither one of them really... That's kind of broken. How did I end up with this? How did I end up with this? Well, the Clip Wings is actually a good sideboard card. And what sticks out here is the Runaway Carriage. How much Delirium do we have going on here? We have none here, right? Oh, when sacrifice it at end of combat. Fuck yeah. I'm a genius. There you go. This fits perfect with the Bloodbriars. And now we're getting some green cards here. We got the Vessel, which is probably my pet card in Shadows of Innistrad. I drafted the ton of Delirium and just dirtled my way to wins. It was kind of almost funny. We got a land that fits right in our colors. These two other commons don't do anything. Still don't have a way to fetch for lands. This kind of helps us do that. I don't know if the Vessel is better than the Crop Sigil. Need Delirium for that, though. Sacrificing the Vessel of Nathanson would actually help the Bloodbriars again. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to get to Delirium the hard way. And what do we got going on? We got the Wolves, the Hinterland Log. I mean, I think we have to pick the Logger here, right? You know, probably a better thing than a Tatered Hunter. Rancid Rat's probably one of the better ones, or the Gibbering Fiend's probably the best card in the pack for sure here. Rancid Rat, not in our colors. Yeah, I guess we take the Hinterland Logger. Fills up our curve. Oh, look at that. The Veteran Cathar, such a bomb. You guys look at my last draft, I literally won like multiple games just off the back of this card. It just got to the point where they couldn't attack, they couldn't block. Still haven't found a single way to fetch lands here, which kind of sucks. I'm gonna throw this in here. I'm just kind of hate drafting this card because it's a 2-drop. Fork in the road. Oh yeah. Boom boom. We did it, folks. So now we're sitting at 28 cards here. We gotta start making some cuts. I think. Oh. See, we got so many enter the battlefield abilities. We got one. We just got one. No, we got 1, 2. No, that's the sacrifice of burdens. We got 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. I'm gonna throw this directly in our sideboard here. I don't think that we're playing that. It's just kind of too dirty and we got nothing in here. The Storm Rider Spirit or the Confront the Unknown. Get enough 1-drops here to deal with stuff. We'll throw that in there. Kissing Dire Swine? No, right? No. 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 Go with the other flyer. Probably gonna put one or two of those in the sideboard. This is actually well. Here's the thing now. If we got enough Delirium, we need the Delirium to activate the Crop Sigils here, right? And Delirium for what was the other card we had Delirium for? Backward Survivalists. Yep. I'm gonna grab that Wicker Witch because it's an artifact. It's just gonna die, and it's a good way to get creatures, artifacts, right in your graveyard. It's Clip Wings is the pick here. It's easy to get that in our. Well, leave that in our sideboard and look at that thing. That thing spun around. And here's the thing: is that as for 3-drop creatures go, that Byway Courier is the best card in here. But that dual land that's value, right? I think I have to take the dual land. I almost ran out of time there. That was really, really friggin' close. Let's go behind the scenes. I don't want anybody to blame that against me. The puzzles, throw them on the sideboard. Okay. Now we gotta make some cuts here, ladies and gents. Cut one of these swamps. And it's fun as a 3/4 flying. It's a 3/3 flying, but replaces itself. Yeah, I'm gonna cut one of these riders here. Spinner. Spinner doesn't do a heck of a lot, right? It's just flash, reach. I mean, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of my creatures at that top end are all have flying. We can cut this thing. We have 2 ways to get artifacts in their graveyard. Grasp or the Displace. I think with the Dustwatch Recruiter and the Foul Emissary, reveal the creature. I don't want to have that many spells in there. I don't want to be whiffing too hard. So I think I want to be cutting back on a lot of these spells here. So let's get rid of rid of the Displace. I think the Chilling Grasp might be a bit better. Not with the whole madness thing, but it's this 2/1 flyer. I have flying at the top end, and I don't need that in the later end. So I got 26 cards now. I need to cut 3 more. Dustwatch Recruiter, Hamlet Captain. Kind of want to be splashing 1 plains and 1 swamp just for the monster here. But I think we want to just go all out creatures here. Yeah, sorry, Genius Scob. You're not going to hit the prowess things often. But the prowess, I mean, there's 1, 2, 3 1-drops here. These enchantments trigger the prowess. But it's the fact that you can give it +1, -1. It's the whole like Etherling effect, right? You can just start like beating down, and it makes blocks really awkward. Where they can even block with something that has like 4 toughness, and you can just easily kill this here, right? Because of the Scob is, yeah, you can turn it into a 4/1. 26, 25. You need to make 2 more cuts. 2 more cuts. Well, I think what's better here? This is a tough call. A 3/4 flying or a 3/3 flying flash. Same mana. This one's actually easier to cast. This one you can just bring it from your graveyard back to the battlefield tapped, and it actually helps you get your Delirium. To tap 2 crop sigils need Delirium. And the Backwoods Survivalist, that's about it. These are some tough cuts. I think I just cut the Wicker Witch here. I kind of want to have an extra artifact creature, but I already have one. It synergizes with a bunch of other cards. Curve's kind of high here. I need to cut 1 card. It needs to be one of these 5-drops. It boils down to, let's get rid of the Storm Rider Spirit. We still have this high flying here. And yeah, 24, 23. Let's add some basics in here. We're going to need a bunch of green. Not a whole lot of blue. Whole lot of blue. I'm going to put 1 swamp, and I'm going to put 1 plains in here, actually. Because later on, I could either draw the plains, or I could fork in the road later on. If I don't get the Githrog. But now I'll be stuck in a weird, awkward position that I either fetch for a black or a white. I have both. Because this card is worth me playing that extra land, because humans getting double strike, like human, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's gross. That's gross. That and the Veteran Cathar, that could just be back-breaking. Jesus Christ. If that's a 5/4 trample and you give it double strike. No other humans in here. All right, there's a couple low drops here. It might be worth it. If not, I can always sideboard out the odd planes here and there, just to be aware. I think this is what our original draft looks like here, so we're going to run with this and see what blue-green can do in this Eldritch Moon draft. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Send any comments for any picks that I might have made. It's easy to go back and look at the video and say, oh, I should have got this and that, but, you know, it's best way to learn. See you guys in round 1.